Welcome back to part number 2 of What If Anakin Never Had His Memories Erased in the Clone Wars. Thank you for your incredible support on part 1. If you are not aware of the first part or are not subscribed, please do those first before watching this video. Padme saw that Bane was cutting through the window and scrambled to her comlink to seek assistance from either Anakin or the Jedi, but to her horror, all lines of communication had been cut off and now the lights were flickering into darkness. Padme ran to the door and opened it to get Captain Typho to assist her, and he ran in with his blaster raised and fired at the bounty hunter. Bane calmly dodged these and used his flamethrower to singe the robes of Typho. Then he utilised his Vambraces to stun Padme and take her back to his ship, leaving a ruined office. As Typho felt the flames course through him, he managed to scramble to the broken window and launch a flare outside. Back in the Jedi Council Tower, Obi-Wan and Mace Windu had been standing outside of the window and waiting for their meeting to start when they saw the flare flash from the Senate office building. The two Jedi Masters see the distinctive rogue-class starfighter of Cat Bane, and Obi-Wan leapt across several buildings and hooked onto the back of the ship, whilst Windu ran off to the burning building. The Coruscant security forces are tailing the Jedi Master, and as they reach the site, they begin to put out the flames as Windu went in to rescue anybody inside. Typho was dangling out of the building and kept out of the way of the incoming flames, just as Windu swooped in to rescue him. The Master of the Order took Padme's protector to the Jedi Halls of Healing, and as he is recovering, Windu begins to interrogate him on the events in Padme's office. Typho recalls the sudden attack by Cad Bane, and at that moment, Windu receives a transmission from Plo Koon, reporting that Anakin Skywalker had joined the pursuit of Cad Bane. Anakin had been in his Padawan quarters, training with Ahsoka in lightsaber combat, when he felt pain from across the city. As he dropped to the floor, Ahsoka sensed it too, and he ran off to the Jedi Temple hangar and entered his starfighter to find out what had happened to Padme, whilst Ahsoka checked upon the other senators. The Jedi Knight was possessed with rage at the pain felt by Padme and weaved his way through the civilian and commercial ships of Coruscant's busy cityscape. As he gets close to the ship of Cat Bane, he sees Obi-Wan is hanging onto the rear of the bounty hunter's ship before being shot by another ship from behind him. Obi-Wan began to fall down to the floor, and Anakin had a quick decision to make between saving his master or pursuing Bane and Padme. Anakin tilted the controls of his ship, diving downwards at a severe angle, ignoring the passing traffic. As he is about to reach the ground, he manages to catch up to Obi-Wan and cushions his fall with the canopy of his ship before scraping to the floor. Obi-Wan recovers in time to watch Bane's starfighter disappear off of the planet and orders the Jedi to track the ship at all costs. The two Jedi go back to the temple, and the council had ensured Senator Amidala was not out of their sight when they received a transmission from Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Anakin, Yoda and Mace Windu enter the Senate building and find that Dooku was using the capture of Senator Amidala to condemn the Jedi's abilities as peacekeepers, as well as denying any involvement in her capture, much to the annoyance of Anakin. The Jedi Knight looked around the massive arena, gauging the reactions of the other senators, before his eyes narrowed on the vacant Senate pod of Rush Clovis. A brainwave entered Anakin's mind, and he rushed out of one of the side entrances, heading back to the temple. His starfighter that had been heavily damaged in his rescue of Obi-Wan had been repaired by R2-D2 and some of the temple's mechanics, so Anakin took off to Scipio, intent on saving Padme, as Obi-Wan followed him in his own ship. The Jedi Master noticed Anakin running through the temple, and against the wishes of the Jedi healers, he gathered the clones of the 212th Battalion under his command, in a bid to rescue Padme and deal with any threats. The Republic forces are able to catch up with Anakin and find him dodging an entire separatist blockade, so Obi-Wan ordered his Padawan to return to his cruiser for a more sensible plan of attack. Anakin ignores the pleas of his master and draws the fire of the massive dreadnought, allowing for Obi-Wan to attack the separatist fleet. Unleashing a squadron of ARC-170 starfighters, the distraction of Anakin means Obi-Wan's attack demolishes their defences, and the Jedi Master went to pursue his Padawan, hoping that he was not acting on the visions he had encountered on Mortis. That is it for part 2 of What If Anakin Didn't Have His Memories Erased by the Father. If you'd like to see a part 3 soon, please like this video, turn on that notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.